I'm going to show you 3 DMs that I have used to sign high ticket clients. Now, you can just literally copy and paste them, and every single one of these DMs produce 6 figures, right? What that means is that every single one of these DMs basically produced $100,000, and this is separately, right? Like each one of them produced $100,000. So I've used them for myself and for my clients as well. So let's just have a look. First hook is show don't tell hook, and I really like this one. And honestly, this is the first one that produced 6 figures. So it goes something like this: I want to show you something new and different that could help you fix, right? Either fix their current problem or achieve desired outcome. Okay, so obviously the very important thing here is that new and different, because people are looking for something that's new and different. Obviously, they don't want to buy the same thing that didn't work for them, or like the same thing that everyone else is doing. So you really want to put emphasis on new and different, because this is the shiny object, right? This is what people are looking for. So if we are to put this into practice actually, and to give like a tangible example, I want to tell you about a pretty cool idea, right? A new and different way to reduce your stress levels by 73% and improve your focus, right? So obviously this offer is about, stress reduction, about reducing your stress levels. So as you can see here, we're really tackling a problem, but at the same time where they want to be, right? Because like the problem is that they're very stressed out. And so we're talking about, how can we help them to reduce their stress levels, but also improve the focus. So yeah, here basically you just want to focus on the main thing. Like, what is the main thing that they are looking to do? Like, is that to lose weight, to get more dates, get more clients, whatever it is, depending on your offer. You just want to state that and be very, very to the point, right? So this is the first hook. Now let's take a look at the second hook, which I call the intent check hook. And as you're about to see, the second hook is pretty similar when it comes to the first hook, because we're really talking about the main problem or their desired outcome. So are you open to a new way of, again, either fixing the problem or achieving the desired outcome? So here, we're not saying like, hey, I want to show you something new, but we're rather asking like, hey, are you open to a new way of getting clients? We're kind of like asking like, hey, is this something that you're dealing with right now? Because I don't want to pitch you if it doesn't make sense, right? It's kind of like what we're implying. And this is why it works so well, because it's very permission based, right? So if we are to take a look at an example, right? We could say something like, hey, I was just wondering, are you open to a new way to reduce your stress levels by 73% and improve your focus, right? So obviously, even with this example, we're going with the same offer that's helping people to reduce their stress levels and improve their focus. So yeah, it goes something like, again, I was just wondering, are you open to this, right? Like, is this something that's of interest for you? Is this something that you're dealing with right now, right? Because we don't want to pitch people if it's not relevant to them. So people will really, really appreciate you when you're actually asking first, like, hey, is this something that you're dealing with? Is this something that's of interest? And this is why, again, this hook works so well. So let's take a look at the third hook, which is the illumination hook. And I'm going to tell you why I call it like that in just a second, right? So how it goes is something like this. What are you doing right now to fix problem or achieve desired outcome, right? I got a new way to help you blank, right? Whatever your offer does. Now, the reason why we call this the illumination hook is because we're kind of like we're helping people to realize like what's going on, right? It's kind of like we are pointing, with our finger to the problem that they have. Like, hey, how are you dealing with this right now? And we're making them conscious of like their current efforts, and they're going to be thinking like, oh, what do I actually do? Well, I've been struggling with this, so maybe I would need something, a new strategy to have in place. So this is the first variation of the illumination hook, but also we have version 2, which is how are you fixing problem or achieving the desired outcome right now, right? Again, I got a new way to help you blank, right? Whatever your offer does. So again, this is a great hook because it gets people to think like, okay, what do I have in place right now? And it can also create a little bit of doubt, obviously, if they have problem with this, right? With what you're mentioning. So an example can be, what are you doing right now to manage your stress levels and improve your focus, right? And so what happens if someone is struggling with, their stress levels, whatever, they're not able to focus, they're not able to get any work done or anything like that? By you asking them like, hey, how do you manage your stress levels? First of all, you're going to remind them that they have that problem. And besides that, they're going to be thinking like, oh, well, what do I actually do? And you kind of like make them aware of the fact that they have a problem and they might need a solution to that. Like they need to solve the problem, right? So this is a great hook again because you're just making people aware, and by making people aware, by mentioning the problem, by essentially pointing out the inefficiencies in their life, they're going to be much more likely to respond positively to you, right? So obviously you don't want to message people, with just the hooks, because these are really just hooks. This is not an entire message that you want to send out to people, because it's just not going to make any sense. It's not enough context. So with that being said, I just want to break down the script and I want to tell you how to put all this together, because honestly, when it comes to sending cold DMs, the hook is the most important part, because if you don't hook the prospect, then it's just not going to work, right? So let's break down the actual structure, and I'm going to tell you exactly what makes a cold DM work and how you can make it produce six figures for your business. So first things first, it has to actually be personalized and sent one-on-one by a real human. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be jumping right now. They're going to be saying, oh no, I want to automate everything. You're old school. Like that doesn't work, boo. I hear it. Like that's completely fine. But the reason why your cold DMs are not converting as well as they could be, or as well as you'd wish to, is because you are just using the cliche automation that everyone else is using, and this is why your DMs are not working. Because if your DMs are not meaningfully different, then your prospects won't take action. Like why would they? Because they get pitched like with 10 messages that are pretty much the same every single day. So why would they respond to your message in particular, right? If it's not actually personalized and you haven't put any effort. Because if you put in the effort, people are going to recognize it, and they're much more likely to give you a yes, right? Again, people nowadays are not dumb. With AI and all that type of stuff, people can tell when you send a fake personalized message. So it's really important that it's actually sent by a real human. And I'm also going to tell you how you can outsource this and how you can make sure that you're not going to send it yourself, right? So personalized, this is super, super important. The next thing is start with a pattern interrupt. So what I mean by this is, in the first seconds, you need to catch their attention and say something unconventional that will take them by surprise, something that they haven't heard before, right? Something that is going to stop the scroll and get them thinking, right? So let me just give you a concrete example. Instead of you saying like, hey, first name, I just came across your profile and I saw that you're doing X, right? Everyone is using this exact line in like cold emails, cold DMs. So it's just like a trigger, something that tells the prospect like, okay, I'm about to get pitched. I'm not even going to open up this message, right? So do not use something like that that's absolutely cliche. What you want to be doing instead is you want to be saying almost kind of like something crazy and dumb that is going to, get prospect to actually think for a second and just like stop for a second and be like, what did he just say? Like, what does he have to say? Let me just have a look at this. Let me just listen to what he has to say, right? And so an example of a great pattern interrupt could be something like, hey, first name, I'm going to be brutally honest with you right now. And bam, then you go ahead and deliver your hook. The reason why this works way better than the previous line, the previous example that I gave you, is because people never really say that, like, hey, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I'm going to pitch you something, right? Like, you don't hear anyone saying that, right? And when people are going to hear that, like, hey, I'm going to be brutally honest with you, they might also be thinking like, oh, damn, is this a client? Like, who's this guy? Like, what does he want to tell me, right? Like, is this some feedback or something? Like, did I do something wrong? Maybe somewhere on the internet? Like, what does he have to say, right? And you're kind of like switching them from just like scrolling unconsciously to immediately paying attention to what you have to say. So this is super cool. And this is kind of like the effect that you want to create a pattern interrupt. So if you want to, you can just pretty much copy what I said, like, hey, first name, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. And then you can continue with delivering your hook. Or yeah, you can just use other, similar examples to this one, because the one that I gave you is already proven basically, right? And then we go into the next point, which is radical transparency. So I see a lot of people nowadays like, having different ways to essentially enter the conversation and to slide into your DMs. And all of those methods are not efficient. Like, honestly, the only method, if you will, that works right now when it comes to getting clients with cold DMs is just by being brutally honest. Like, don't pretend like you're trying to just casually open up a conversation, right? I see this a lot of time when people are asking like, are you working with many clients right now? Or like, how is business going, right? Or like, something like that. Like, how are you doing? How is your week so far? People are not dumb, right? Like, people, they know that you're just using a fake question that you don't even care about, just so you can start a conversation and so you can pitch them something. So this doesn't work anymore. Don't even bother trying it, because people in your prospects are not dumb. They know that you want to pitch them something. They know that you are fake. You don't actually care about what they do. You just want to pitch them something, and maybe that's even an automated message. So don't even bother asking them a stupid question like, how is your day? Or like, how is it going? How's business going? Like, are you working with many clients right now? Like, something stupid like that. No, just be brutally honest, right? Obviously do it in a tactful way, but don't ask any dumb questions. Like, you just have to be brutally honest. Like, hey man, I got this pretty cool new idea that I really want to pitch you, but I don't want to send and like do anything without your approval, without your okay. So is it okay if I share it? No worries if not. Okay, so brutal honesty, radical transparency, super important. Next one is voice note format, right? So again, you can use there are multiple ways to send DMs. Like, okay, you can send videos, you can send messages like text messages, you can send voice notes. So far the best combo is for sure the voice note format, because with text messages it's just very common. Like, literally everyone is using them, and especially those guys who are automating everything and you're just basically blasting people and spamming people. So if you don't want to be put and be categorized the same way as all the spammers, just send a voice note. Like, they're gonna hear your voice, they're gonna see that you're a real human, and if you actually send a message yourself. And again, this is going to massively impact the positive reply rate, right? In a positive way, obviously. Next thing is keep it short, right? So I'm going to give you an exact example for a script that you can use. But the point is that you want to keep the whole message under 60 seconds, right? You don't want to spend literally more than 60 seconds talking about your offer or talking about something else. You just want to talk about the bare minimum. And ideally, actually, you just want to keep it under 30 seconds if possible, right? If under 30 seconds you've managed to say everything you had to say, the prospects are going to be much more likely to respond positively to your message, right? Which is eventually what you want to do. Next thing is small ask, low friction. So don't pitch your offer in the first message, okay? Don't ask people to hop on a call in the first message. Like, the only ask that you should be asking in the first message is, hey, are you interested in what I want to send you? Like, is this a topic that you're interested about? Like, is it okay if I send you more details on this? So really the call to action, and I'm going to also show you how to put this together with a funnel. The only call to action that you want to be using is, hey, are you open to me sending more information? That's it. No book a call, no buy now, no nothing else. Just like, hey, do you want to receive more information? This is the best call to action that is low friction as well, right? Next thing, as I said again, don't pitch your offer. Don't say anything about your offer. Don't talk about details. Don't even talk about numbers, right? And I know, here I have a number like 73%. Usually, for most offers, you don't want to talk about the numbers. You just want to say like, hey, are you open to a new way of getting clients? Are you open to a new way of reducing your stress level? So just tell them about the opportunity, not the offer in itself, right? Do not like talk about your risk reversal, the guarantee, like you're getting, X amount of guaranteed clients. None of that. Just talk about the opportunity. Keep it somewhat vague, and so that you pique their interest, right? This is the point of it. And the last thing about the DM in itself, and I love this, I don't see a lot of people doing it, is give them a way out. So what I mean by this is, obviously they always have a way out, because they can just literally block you, they can just not respond to you, so they always have a way out. But by you explicitly letting them know that they have a way out, it makes them much more relaxed and much more inclined to responding to your video or like message, right? So what I mean by this is, you can say something like, hey, no worries if you're not interested. I just thought that I would ask. Like, no problem at all if you're not open to it, okay? So you're just kind of like letting them know that, hey, there's no pressure here, right? You have the freedom to choose. I'm not forcing you into anything. If you want to hear it, that's perfectly fine. If you don't want to hear it, and if you're not interested, that's still fine. I am still happy to be connected with you. I'm still happy to follow you. or something like that. Okay, so super important that you actually let them know about this and that you tell them that there's a way out. Exactly, right? So let's take a look at a practical example that you can again just use for your business. It's a templated copy, so you just copy and paste it and fill in the blanks, right? So hey John, I saw that you are in the group name, or I saw that you're doing X, right? You're this type of coach, or like you're an athlete, or whatever your offer is. And I was curious, how are you currently fixing problem or achieving desired outcome right now? So as you can see, this is actually the illumination hook, right? Like, how are you fixing the problem? How are you dealing with this at the moment, right? So how are you dealing with this right now? I'm asking because I have a unique way of delivering the end result, whatever it is for your offer. But of course, I don't want to pitch slap you, right? So again, it's very much permission based. We're giving them a way out. So if you're struggling with this, the problem, feel free to let me know, and I'd love to tell you more about it. Cheers, right? It's that simple, right? So this is definitely going to be under 30 seconds, and after 60 seconds, you want to send this as a voice note. And as I said, like, you want to fill in the blanks, and the fixing the problem, this one should be effectively the same for every single prospect, because all of the prospects from your niche should have the same problem, and you should solve the same problem for them. But obviously, you're going to personalize their, first name, how you find them, give some relevant detail about their profile, so they actually know that you've taken a look at their profile. Okay, this is super important. So this is how the example looks like. Now, you have the hooks. Okay, so you know exactly how to hook people in and to get them to pay attention and to respond positively to your messages. You have proven hooks, 3 proven hooks. You know exactly how to write the message, because you know exactly what you need to have in the message, and you need to know exactly how to do it, right? You have the script here. The next thing that you probably are, wondering is like, okay, how do you implement all this? Like, how does it work from a funnel perspective? And this is exactly what I'm going to show you right now. So it's pretty simple, right? First of all, we're going to send the initial message, right? Which is going to be obviously your DM. Then if people respond positively, right? Meaning they, if you ask them like, hey, are you open to, getting more clients? And they tell you, yes, I am. Then after this, and only if they reply positively, then you are going to send them, we usually send them a VSL. We call it the baby VSL with my process. But you can send them like a resource, a document, a presentation, something that gives them more details about your offer, like a webinar, whatever it is that you use to give more details to people about your offer. You're going to send it over, right? After you send the baby VSL, you want to send the calendar link, right? So if they reply positively to the baby VSL and they said like, yes, I'm interested, let's book a call, let's see if, you can help me or whatever, then you are going to send them a calendar link, so obviously they can book a call. And after you send them the calendar link, they're going to fill out an application process, ask a few qualifying questions, and if they're qualified, then they're going to be allowed to book the call so that you can talk to them and see if you can help them, right? So this is how the whole process works, and this is how it works when it comes to the DMs. So if you liked the video, if you found it useful, then I invite you to leave a thumbs up to this video. Just smash the thumbs up button right now, because YouTube is going to show you more useful videos like this with scripts that you can literally copy and paste so that you can make a lot of money with your business. And also I invite you to subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to be posting more videos like this, no BS. I'm just going to give you copy paste proven scripts, and I'm going to tell you exactly how to implement a whole system. And also I have other videos on my channel where I'm talking about how to actually implement the system, like what's super important when it comes to running this system, right? So you can just check them out, because you have the scripts right now, you have the copy in place, you just need to implement this. So if you want more details on this, again, I have other videos on my YouTube channel. Now, last thing, if you are a coach, consultant, or a course creator and you want to get more clients, you have a high ticket offer, or even if you're an agency owner, then I have a pretty cool pay for performance offer for you. If you want to hear more about that, I have a link in the description down below. You can click it. That's a link to my VSL where I tell you about my offer essentially. So again, the offer is pretty cool. You can click on the link and watch the video, or you can just ignore it, whatever. But I just thought that I would let you know that it's there in case you need help with this, and maybe you want to get more clients using DMs. I can help you out with that, because as I said, we've generated well over multi-six figures, so over $100,000 in revenue with the DMs, with cold DM. So if you need help with that, if you want to get more clients, again, you know where to click in the description down below. But if not, that's not a problem. So in any case, I'm going to see you in the next video.